Hey, my name is Toni and this is my audience. And today I'm going to talk to you all about something that is very dear to me, and that is baking. I love to bake, but I especially love to bake in the fall. Fall is my favorite season. I love everything about fall. I love the colors, I love the smells, I love the leaves, but I especially love baking in the fall. This comes from my two grandmothers who were excellent bakers. They were wonderful cooks, and when I was a kid, they would let me help in the kitchen. So that started my love of baking. Most of the time, I usually bake banana bread, zucchini bread, pumpkin bread, sweet potato bread, but a couple years ago, a very close friend gave me a recipe out of the Mary Engelbrecht's autumn book that was for apple bread. So I thought I would try the apple bread, and it's turned out to be a big hit. That's actually what most of my family and friends know me for, is for my apple bread. It's my go-to recipe anytime that I need to make something quick for the kids to take on a school trip or for a bake sale. It's always my go-to. To get started, the first thing we need to do is go ahead and preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Now that we have our oven preheated, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure we have all of our ingredients together. We're going to need 1.5 cups of vegetable oil. We'll go ahead and put that into the mixer. To the vegetable oil, you're going to add 1 cup of white sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar, and you're going to add 4 whole eggs. We're going to go ahead and get those ingredients mixed together. Once you have those mixed, you're going to go ahead and add your apples. And usually I use a red apple, something like a Washington apple, and I use a tart apple like a Granny Smith. But today I'm using a Jonathan apple, which is a mixture of a tart and a sweet, so it seems to work well. So we're going to go ahead and put in 3 cups of apples. We're going to go ahead and mix those in. The next thing you want to add is probably some kind of a chopped nut. You can use a walnut or a pecan. I'm using pecans today. And you're going to need 1/2 cup of chopped nuts. And you just go ahead and add those to your apple mixture. After that's mixed, you want to go ahead and sift together your dry ingredients. What you'll need is 3 cups of all-purpose flour, might be in there. Sometimes the flour or the spices will get clumps in them, and this just gets rid of all the clumps so that you don't get into a big bite of a spice or into a big clump of flour whenever you're biting into your bread. You're also going to need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, or actually that's 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, because we're going to make 2 loaves today. You're going to need 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You can go ahead and just sift those together. And this also mixes the ingredients really well so that you don't have so much mixing when you get them into the mixing bowl. Again, you want to avoid over mixing. So you just want to make sure that everything's mixed together, and then go ahead and turn your dough off. You can really do the last little bit by hand just to make sure everything's really well incorporated and off the sides of the bowl and off the beater. Then you just want to take 2 9x5 baking loaf pans and spray those down with your baking spray. And this bread's really well to freeze, so if you want to make it ahead of time, you can, and just wrap it really well in some saran wrap and some aluminum foil and pop it in the freezer. And then if you have company coming over or you want to use it for the holidays, you just take it out and thaw it out, and you can give it as gifts. And from there there you let it cook about 55 to 60 minutes until it comes out nice and brown. And then there you have it. And this is what it looks like when it's sliced up. And I hope that you all want to try this recipe, and I hope y'all like it. Thank you.